up, webheads? Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. I'm your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And if you love that kind of thing, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today, I'm bringing you the latest FOC video. This video is powered by my local comic shop, Comic Central, as they highlight some of the hottest, the newest books getting ready to hit store shelves. There is no Marvel on this FOC, but there's lots of indies, lots of DC, and these books will be released at the end of January all the way up into the end of February, but that's a little bit misleading. There's only one book that is shown on this FOC, but you're gonna want to let your shop know you want this book right now. All right, so we're going to be kicking it off with the indie gems, and the first book that we are going to be talking about, guys, is Lilo and Stitch. So if you guys are a fan of Lilo and Stitch, I think you're going to like this one. There's going to be some alien invasions, and some are going to be looking for Stitch. There's a couple of cool variants out there where we get to see David Nakayama, where Stitch is surfing. So a lot of Disney fans, I think, are going to like this one. I'm going to try to buy this one for my wife, as she is a huge Lilo and Stitch fan. Will she read the comic? That's still yet to be determined, but we shall see. All right, the next book that we're going to be talking about here is Blasphemous. And this book is done by Merker Aldolfo. So this could be an interesting book if you're a fan of her. She's done Sweet Paprika, Mercy, Unnatural, and yeah, this is like a horror comedic book. So I don't know if this is something that is right up my alley, but I'm just letting you know, of course, this is coming out, and this is coming out from Distillery. So go ahead, check it out. There's some pretty cool variant covers here if you collect variants. But so far, when it's come to everything with Distillery, I have kind of passed on, since most of their books, I think all of their books actually, are like oversized and whatnot. But again, if you're a fan of the writer and artist, you might want to check this one out. Okay, so the next one we're going to be going on is for the video game fans out there. My son was actually really excited about this one, and this is Dark Souls Willow King. This is issue 1. Venture back into the falling, decaying work of Dark Souls with an all-new Titan comic series. So this book seems to fall around, which my son thinks, around Dark Souls 3. And now, if you've ever played Dark Souls games, they are very, very hard, like extremely hard, and they're long. The boss battles are just insane, but my son loved them and beat every single Dark Souls game, and he said that he would have to read this one. You get to see some cool variants in here as well, so I will buy this for him, and maybe a copy for me to see if I can get into the lore here. All right, then we have a new book here. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. We have Divine, Power Made Me. This one is from Scout Comics. Scout tends to put out some cool books. I don't tend to buy too many of them, but if you're looking for, say, a book that's different from, Marvel, DC, even Image for that matter, you might want to check out this one. All right. Next book that we're going to be checking out is Duke. This is issue 2. Now, I'm very curious to hear in the comments section below what you guys thought of Duke issue 1. It's a little bit different than what you're used to from Duke, right? This is early on in his career. He's kind of suffering from a little bit of this PTSD situation from dealing with Starscream, and now he's trying to find out what's going on in the world with like aliens and things like that, and he's come across the early workings of Cobra, and I thought that was a pretty cool first issue, so I can't wait for the second one. This one is coming out, I think, January 30th or 31st, whatever that Wednesday is, so yeah, really looking forward to this one. All right. Next, we're going to move on to a Dark Horse title. Just letting you know that this is out there. This one is called If You Find This, I'm Already Dead. This is issue 1. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know really what this one is about. It's written by Matt Matt Kint. The description on here is a misprint on the FOC, so I can't really tell you so much about it. So we'll move on to the next one, and this one sounds pretty interesting. So this one is called Jill and the Killers, issue 1. It's a double-sized book. It's a 48 pages, and this book is about a young girl whose mother has gone missing and whatnot, and she's trying to get back to her normal life. And these kids play this online, like, true crime subscription game, but it just seems too real. If you like crime fighting, if you like mysteries, this might be a book for you. I like the way the trade dress is. Got some cool variants in here as well. So yeah, we're gonna check that one out for sure. All right, and then we have Moon Man. This is issue 1. So Moon Man is about, I guess, a story about a guy who's gone to the moon, but we don't know everything that has happened. And I don't know, they find this guy strange. I read the description of it and I totally kind of forgot. But again, it seems kind of cool. I might want to definitely check this one out and see what it has to offer here. So yeah, Moon Man. All right, so now we move forward, and this is a book that you guys are probably going to want to check out for all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans out there. There's quite a few variants in here. There's at least 4 of them, and this is The Last Ronin 2 Revolution issue 1. So obviously, we're continuing the Last Ronin series, you know, milking that cow, but now what happens is we have the new baby turtles that were introduced in the last series are grown up now, and they're going to be fighting crime with Casey's daughter. So that could be a lot of fun, right? So now no more like little kid turtles. They're grown up, they're fighting, and this could be the one that I jump into again. I really enjoyed the original Last Ronin. It took forever to come out. The last series I wasn't into all that much. And now this one, again, with fighting and action, this could be up my alley here. So are you guys excited for this, or are you all worn out from the Turtles? Let me know in the comments section below. All right, and then we move on to DC. And DC, we have the Trinity Special one-shot. So we're going to be diving into this Wonder Woman's daughter. So I guess Lizzie is her name. I really don't know too much about her. So if you want to know more about this character and maybe try to get into her, hey, there you go. Have at it. We'll see what this book has to offer. It's got some cool variants in there. You know, you get to see her just standing there in a pose. And then we get to see, who is the little young girl? I forgot. I'm not sure. She's like wearing a Robin uniform. I think she was in the back of the Wonder Woman book, and I just can't remember. But yeah, go check it out if you are interested. All right, and then we move on to Titans Beast World. This is issue 6. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is one of my favorite series right now, and probably the best events that DC has done in quite some time. It's not, you know, revolutionizing comic books. It's staying true to what comic books always were. Just have a fun event. It seems like there's lots of stakes. Major characters involved of maybe possibly losing his life or dying or whatever it is. It's just fun. It's got good artwork. Again, we're not revolutionizing everything. It's just something that people have really enjoyed all this time, with Beast Boy being the enemy, and they're trying to, you know, get him back to normal. I love this book. I think it's a great event, and you don't even have to read all those tie-ins. Just read the main book, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. I guess Dr. Hate will be revealed in this issue, so we'll see what his story is. All right, and then moving forward here, we have Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum. This is issue 1. So this is the official prequel to the Suicide Squad game. This book is going to have like codes and stuff that you can use for the game. I might personally pass on this, but if you like that game and if you like a time before the original Suicide Squad, I guess, was around, this might be for you. I love the variant covers here when it comes to this comic book. So yeah, we'll see. All right, and now we're going on to Like there's definitely some one-shots and annuals coming out for this particular FOC. So here we have Power Girl Uncovered issue 1, the one-shot. So the art is done by Frank Cho and Zosa Maika, Warren Lowe, Gulliam March, Babs. This is a great looking book. It says there's no stopping Power Girl as she celebrates the Earth 2 heroes' triumphant return to the DCU with this gallery of awe-inspiring covers by the all-star artists. So this looks like it's just a book with pinups in it. That's interesting. So if you're a Power Girl fan or you like sexy lady covers, you're going to get all Power Girl in all her glory. This cover here looks pretty cool. I think this is Adam Hughes. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks great. You're probably going to want to check this one out, guys. And then there are some variant covers on top of that one, but there's nothing wrong with that main cover. It's really good. All right, and then we have like DC's like Valentine's Day special. I feel like they have one every single year. We have DC's How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 10 Days issue 1. This is a one-shot. So yes, we got Guy Gardner here as, I don't know, maybe he's going to be dating. The girls don't like him. He's an asshole. We all know that. So if you're looking for a fun comic book, you're going to want to probably check this one out. I think this one came out on February 6th. There's some variant covers. A nice one there with Wonder Woman, and then you got Flash and is it Iris West on there? So I don't know. We'll see if I do get that one. All right. So now we're going to go forward to a book that a lot of people like. Whether regardless you like the writer or not as a person, this is Mark Waid's Batman Superman World's Finest. So this is an annual. So again, they're still dealing with the whole situation that's going on with Magog. But there's also going to be different stories in here as well, because you can, if you read the description in this comic, we're going to have Mark Waid, Colin Bunn, Stephanie Williams, Dennis Culver, Christopher Cantwell, and there's a lot of different things going on in this comic book. So check it out. If you're a fan of World's Finest, and you've been reading this series all the way through, you're probably going to have a good time with it. All right, continuing on. I want to hear in the comments below, what are you guys thinking about Batman and Robin? We got done with the initial first story arc, and now we're basically going on to the point where Damian realizes that his principal is maybe someone that trained him in the past. But what do you think of the artwork? What did you think of the overall first story arc? Is this something that you're going to be continuing on? Is it too lighthearted for you? I want to know all those comments. So we get the continuation of that. And this is, again, another annual. So, again, if you like annuals, and go ahead and check them out. But they tend to be like a $6 comic book. So we'll see. A couple variants. David Nakayama with Damian there. And look at the one on the right there. They're like chibis. They look pretty cool. All right, so continuing on, we got more Batman stuff. So if you were a fan of the Batman Robin Lives comic and you didn't get a chance to get a copy, here is your chance to get one. There's 2 copies here. We got one that's more of a black, white, and red cover, and then you get the page where it's revealed that Robin is alive. A lot of people love that smile that Batman had when he found out he's alive, even though Jason looks dead in his arms. It's just funny. It's people loved it though. So yeah, that's available for you to pick up if you did not pick it up yet. All right, and then we have the Sinister Sons issue 1. So a lot of people here are might be interested in this one. I mean, if you're a fan of Super Sons, maybe DC's trying to get lightning in the bottle once again because it was such a popular series. And here we're going to get the son of Zod, and we're going to get the son of Sinestro. I didn't know Sinestro had a son, personally, and I guess they're going to be teaming up to do, I don't know, all kinds of stupid little kid bad guy stuff. So we'll see what happens with it, man. I don't know. It could be fun. All right, this is an interesting facsimile edition that's coming out, and this is Young Romance issue 125. Why? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. So there's that if you love your romance comic books. Now we'll get into kind of like a big boy book here. We have a Batman issue that's coming out. This is Batman issue 142. This is the story of the Joker. This is the Joker part 1, Year 1. So this is going to tell you the early days of the Joker when when basically he was born. And I think a lot of people are going to want to read this book. So it's written by Chip Zdarsky, obviously. A lot of people are not a huge fan of Chip Zdarsky's run as of right now. I feel like it has improved since we got done with that whole crossover Gotham War nonsense. But, we'll see what it has. Cool variants here. I like the bottom right one with Joker laughing. That's probably one of my favorites there. All right, so now, again, we continue on with the Batman stuff as we have Batman City of Madness issue 3. This is from Black Label. A lot of people been digging this comic book. I think I had the first issue and I forgot to read it. And then the second one came out. I'm like, did I get the first one? So I don't even think I ever read the first one. But I think a lot of you guys actually enjoyed it. All right, so continuing on here, we have Birds of Prey. This is issue 6 at this point. There's an all-out war on Themyscira as the team faces against the mythical Megara. I think it's can the birds overcome the ancient evil, or will one of them have to pay the ultimate price? Great covers on this comic book. I really want to like this book from Kelly Thompson. Unfortunately, I just have not found it very entertaining. There's a lot of talking heads, over explanation on everything. I feel like the story arc was going on too long. The artwork in the first issue worked for me, but as I continue to read the story, it just does not work in the long term. I wish I was reading something different when it came to Kelly Thompson's Suicide Squad or Birds of Prey here, because I think she is a good writer and she's written definitely some great team books in the past. But if you read it, there it is. Enjoy it. All right, then we have Kneel Before Zod. This is issue 2. So here we got to see Zod kind of cast out his son. Just because I guess he felt like he wasn't worthy and his dad was going against his dad and called his dad weak. And so they got into this conflict. And then all of a sudden after the first issue, or in the first issue, we got to see all these like aliens attack. And you think maybe his son is sending out all these aliens to try to kill his father. I don't know. I just wasn't really fond of the first issue. Will I continue it going forward? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it depends on the comic book week itself. But yeah, there it is. I really am interested to hear what you guys thought about this Zod book. All right, and then continuing on here, we have Poison Ivy issue 19. So there is a foil, bottom right side, and I think the cost for it at my shop will be $7, just so you guys know. I'm very curious what you guys thinking of Poison Ivy. I don't currently read the series. I know a lot of people either collect it for comic book covers, collecting, or but I don't know too much about the story in itself. So there you have it, webheads. Hopefully you found this video informative, and if there are any comic books that I showed you here today, let your comic shop know right now that you want to put that on your pull list, especially that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book. So as always, guys, if you love the content, there's more content right here for you to check out. Support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but more importantly, always read those comics. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Take care.